Welcome back to All Star Fandom Prime, your home for the biggest conversations in geek culture, pop entertainment, all star coverage for all your fandoms. We have a lot to dissect tonight. Tonight, we have a stacked lineup. We're going to touch on some gaming. We're going to touch on some Disney remakes. We're going to touch on some legendary franchises and Hans Zimmer scoring Harry Potter, along with Kathleen Kennedy peacing out. So from live action Kratos stepping in the PlayStation screen to here, Rapunzel, we're covering it all tonight. Let's go ahead, jump on into it. All right, so first up tonight, we've got our Kratos.
Oh, yeah.
So, my dang.
So we stepped into gods, monsters, and the whole myth of Amazon's God of War series. It moves closer to reality. We've never been closer to getting a God of War TV show. So Ryan Hurst has officially been cast as Kratos. It's pretty much sparking a lot of debate online, but he's not new to the universe either. He previously voiced Thor in God of War Ragnarok, which gives him that deep understanding of the franchise's tone, brutality, emotional depth, the whole gambit. And we know this series is taking place during this Norse era storyline with Kratos and Atreus.
Right.
But what makes the casting fascinating is that Hurst is he matches Kratos pretty closely. And I can say, just from a fan, I saw this the other day. I like this casting. Also had a quote from Christopher Judge as well, the voice of Kratos. Congrats, Ryan. You're gonna be great, boy. So wait, let me do that over. You're gonna be great, boy. Yeah. So that's
it.
That's from the voice actor himself,
wow,
Chris Judge. So, Doc, first up for you, man, I will ask you this. How do you feel about this Ryan Hurst?
I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited about it. And is it going to be this Kratos? I'm hoping it's this Kratos.
This is the storyline is that we're going to pick up during the Norse era. So it's the new continuation of the games with his son Atreus and
with the first game.
Yeah, well, the first of the new games. Yeah,
first of the new games. When your boy come down and meet him at the front door and knock his mouth loose.
When Baldur comes down, yeah.
But no, I'm excited. Ryan Hurst is a great actor, bro. I remember him from Sons of Anarchy. Did you ever finish?
Strong Side.
Okay, I'm just saying. You remember him from the Titans? You remember him from the Titans? Remember the Titans? Dog, I'm just saying. He has come a long way, bro. And for him to get this role, I'm just hoping that they do this role justice and they do my man Kratos justice. I know he's gonna act his behind off, but I'm honestly excited to see the rest of the cast as well too. Who they're gonna surround him with? I wonder who's gonna play his son too. Who's gonna play?
That hasn't been. We haven't seen any news of that yet. I don't believe, but just overall, like tone, you're essentially getting an alumni from the God of War universe to take on the role of the main character. Jen, what are your thoughts around Ryan Hurst, Gary Bertier being Kratos?
I'm excited. I think it's a brilliant pick for this character. The fact that he's been in Anarchy already, he has voiced Thor, so he has, the right chops to be in this world. And we've said this before, this is like a new dynasty of games being made into film, which is very, very exciting because we have Street Fighter coming, Mortal Kombat is coming, and now we have this is coming. And so if they keep knocking it out of the park, I'm just gonna put that out there already for these films that are coming out, because I'm excited. I'm gonna believe in them. I'm excited to see this. And yeah, to Doc's point, I'm curious who they're gonna put around him to amplify the characters, because I forget, how old is his son in this game?
Like 12. He's 12.
He's 12. Okay, yeah. So
in the first one, he's younger, and then he'll grow up. He gets a little older for the next one. But yeah, he's about 12. I think so. I think he might be.
Dog, and he fighting dragons and bears and everything.
I mean,
technically is a bear.
We also have to remember, because I don't know what the plan is, if this is just going to be a standalone or if they're going to try to attempt to do multi-movies for the storytelling of this game. Kids grow up real fast, so they have to take that in account as far as what they're going to do, especially if they're going to incorporate his son, because if it's this storyline, there's no way you can. First of all.
And Jen, it's a TV series too, so that gives it that time to breathe for Amazon too. So it's going to give it that time that it needs to. Because the biggest thing from this game, these games, is the relationship with his son. Like I knew I loved like the fights; it was perfect. But anytime where we got like that one-on-one, where it's like just that moment where like they killed the deer, and Atreus has to like finish the deer, and goes up to put like his hand on his back, but then he pulls it back and just like sits there with him. That's like the opening of the game, and then this relationship that's gonna build throughout it. And just playing the game, any point in time where you could get like a smile from Kratos felt so good for some reason.
Yeah, it really did. He don't be smiling, bro.
Man.
He's one of those characters that don't smile. It's like the running joke in a show is like, "Why don't you smile?" I am smiling.
He's
Black Dynamite. Yeah, dog. You already know.
but it's so rewarding, and it's not like it's one of those ones where it's just like a smirk, and you see him, and he's proud of him, and I think just again when I saw this casting, stature wise, he's there. I'm sure he'll put on more muscle and be bigger for this too. But I thought this was a fantastic casting for Amazon because they're not here to play around apparently this year. Amazon came to play like literally and figuratively with the amount of content that they're putting out this year, well, into the next 2 years or so. But here's the thing.
And this is after they well, I was just gonna add in, this is after Amazon announced that they're not continuing the Wheel of Time, which I still think is a big mistake. But the fact that they're putting, to your point, a lot of effort into this.
Yes.
They have my attention still.
They're gonna keep our attention because they got a lot of stuff coming out on Amazon Prime, and they always look. I'm not gonna lie, their stuff is getting better and better and better every month. I'm not gonna say every month I turn on and it's something new and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, in the rundown tonight, we got another show that's gonna be popping up on Amazon Prime. But I wanted to get through this real quick for God of War, real quick, just to throw this out to y'all too. We talked about it now since we have our Kratos, right? What's that one thing that the show has to get right? Like, what's the must thing for you, Doc? First up,
you asking me?
Yeah,
the Blaze of Chaos, all of his actions that go forward, and they have to get the emotional connection between him and Atreus right. Because if they don't get that, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose the whole point of this God of War. Because the first one was straight chaos because he was tricked into killing his daughter and his wife. This one right here, his wife has passed. He got the boy. He raising the boy. And now they got to make a connection. Just imagine you 12 or 8 or however old he was, and you go to sleep like my dad and normal. And then the next day, you've been waking up by your dad getting knocked through the woods. You know what I'm saying? Realize my dad is a god. Like, for real?
Okay. So him picking up the tree by himself wasn't enough to know. His dad was something else.
Hey, because Arnold did that on Commando. Arnold did that on Commando, so that ain't really impressive. You feel me?
True, but I get it. But come on, I'm sure he's seen his dad do some wild stuff, and he's like,
"There's no way he can't."
Jimmy's daddy down the street can't do that, man.
like what? It's like what can your dad do that he can pick up a tree with his bare hands?
Jimmy's dad down the street can't do none of that.
I'm just saying. I'm just hoping with all my heart. You know how you hope that DC stuff be good, bro. You hope with all your heart. That's what I'm hoping right now. I'm hoping with all my heart that this show is phenomenal.
Boy. My DC hope is like the Beauty and the Beast flower, man. Like the petal just keep falling,
and then it just falls. Oh, hey, that's so sad because it's probably right now, Jen. At this point, right now, that flower that Dion is holding for DC probably got one petal on it. Like if it falls last time, he ain't going no more.
Illustration that Dion has described for that.
Yeah, it really is. It 100%. It really is.
Rose that glows, and there's one petal.
One petal dwindling, boy.
There's one petal, and look, and it's old and crusty looking. Like he's holding on to it though. Like it ain't falling yet, but it's on its way.
It's close. It's damn close. It's never been closer. Jen, same question. What must they get right in this God of War adaptation? Granted, and remember, it's a series, so you got time to let stuff breathe. What do they have to get right for you?
I agree with Doc. The relationship between he and his son is so important because it has a different tone from the first game before he has his son.
Mm-hmm.
It just can't be all chaos. There has to be a balance to it. And I think it's a smart thing that they're doing this as a series because to the point you keep making, it has time to breathe. You have time to flesh things out because that scene with the deer is a beautiful scene because it's a powerful lesson that he has to learn in this world. So, and for me, that really sets the tone of the relationship. So that's really an important component because if it's missed even by a little, it could throw it off because of how pivotal that is.
And I don't know much about preparing for a role, but I just wonder what his mental is going to be like preparing to play Kratos,
Well, like when they actually like did the movie, the game, they were all in mocap suits acting all this stuff out. So
wow,
he was Thor, like in that.
He was acting. So
he was acting.
Mm-hmm.
So you're face to face with the guy, with Chris Judge, for goodness sakes. All of his mannerisms. We got the game to go through. We got a ton of film to go through and everything for it too. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to our comments.
Turtle just said I was looking at that too.
Comments real quick. But for me, what they need to get right, like I just don't take too many creative liberties.
Exactly. Yeah.
The stories there
all the time. We say this all the time. Use the source material.
As long as we're not doing anything uncharacteristic to the character. I don't want to. It's like we brought up Halo one time, right? Master Chief took off his helmet. I ain't never seen how he looked.
Dion almost flipped the whole TV over.
It was I wasn't touching my TV, but the remote control, bam, never went back. But stuff like that, it's stuff like that like if you're a fan of it, you're like, come on, man, that's fairly uncharacteristic of this character that we've seen from his angry face. Well, just for Kratos, his angry phase of killing everybody to now just trying to protect his son through whatever means he can. That's a totally different character. It's either side of the coin. But I just not too many creative liberties. But I'm gonna go to comments real quick for Turtle.
Yeah,
he popped up. It's going to be littered with flashbacks and all tell no show, exposition heavy, I'm sure. So this is what I don't want them to do. I don't want them to hint to any of his previous life. No. His time has got, I don't want any of that. I think you stick here and you give hints to, if you want to give little small hints to his past, like in quick flashbacks that make us think like, oh, there's, that might not be a good idea.
I think they don't need to do that until the end of the first season.
No, but see, here's the thing. End of the second. I
want to play devil's advocate a little bit when you're done with your thought.
Okay, the end of the second one, if spoilers game been out a little bit, we get glimpses of what he's done and will become.
Right.
So that might be the good pocket to be like, oh, hey, like for regular fans or people who just viewing, like, oh man, what does that mean? Like what was that? So you could test it that way, but if you litter it with so many of like his first,
it's gonna dilute this story.
Yeah, because that's what's so good about God of War. These last two, and Jen, I'll throw it to you right after this.
Yeah,
they can live on their own. These two games have lived on their own, and if you don't know how he became, give a little backstory exposition of what happened to him to get to this point, and we never visit again until we get to the end of that second season or whatever, and we get a clue into it, because the game's riddled with clues anyway, because Atreus asks him about like these pots or these vases that it's clearly him on. So it's going to be a juggling act, but these two games can stand alone by themselves with small hints to his origin. Jen.
So I do think you do need some small hints, because you have to remember this is gonna draw both audiences that know the game so well and have played the games, and then the percentage of people who have never played the game, who are unfamiliar with the story. So there has to be some balance with a little bit of a nugget here and a nugget there of giving some context to try to alleviate some questions that are important for people who have never seen this, who have never even heard of the game or know the story. So you need a little bit. With that said, if you overdo it, it can be too much. Where you're like, come on, just get to the main story, keep it going forward, because you don't want to ruin the pacing of it either. Well, because
here's the thing. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there is a balance to it. You do need a tiny bit for the audience who's never seen it, but then you can't overdo it either, because then it just becomes too much.
So what about this, Dion? Now flip this. What if the first episode is the origin of Kratos, and then we move forward from there? Because they're dropping 6 or 7 episodes.
So I have no clue whatsoever.
Let me see if I can find that out.
I could get on board with that if it's like the introduction to it.
Right. So for people that don't know,
let's say we open up with like Gaia narrating it at the beginning, right? Was it Gaia? On the first narrating like his younger road, and we get to this end where he is just wailing on Zeus. You know what I mean? That's what you see. That's a powerful shot to start with. If this man is hammer fisting Zeus, and then you can sort of give him like where he went out, because he got stabbed, remember?
Yep.
And he rolled out, and we saw the trail of blood. It could end like right there, and like people don't know where he is, or sort of thing, and we jump forward to that.
I think that'd be tight.
I could be on, if you telling me that's the first part of the first episode or opening, be great.
I think that'd be tight, and then we just move forward from that, and then flip this deal. That don't even have to be like the whole thing. That just be dream, his memory, and then we come back to he wake up with the boy, and now we about to get back at it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim.
No, I like that.
I agree. So looks like the first season is actually going to be 10 episodes, and that there is currently a commitment of a.
That wasn't. That's a lot. I hope they don't release them in one day. I'm sorry, Jim. They did me in with the Batman when they released all 10 episodes in one day. I can't do it.
I don't think they'll release this one. This is a big series for them.
They didn't release all episodes of Power of the Rings.
No, they didn't. They didn't release Power. No, they didn't.
But I want to say something to what you said just now a moment ago. But the other thing I wanted to say was currently there is a 2-season commitment for this show.
Perfect.
So it's either, hey, let's see how we do with 2 seasons, and we might do a third, or like with Andor, 2 seasons is enough.
And
What's so fascinating about this is that we haven't gotten a third game yet.
Nope, we hadn't.
So there's no third game.
There's no third game.
And there was hints. I'm sorry, there was hints that he was supposed to be going to Egypt, right?
Well, Atreus went off on his path, and we got the hints at the end with the, I guess, the prediction or the premonition sort of thing. And we could go either way, man. But I don't know when a game's coming out. I think with the series coming out of this, what is it next year?
Yeah. Or is it 2027?
It's
because casting is as far as we've gotten now.
So I think this is where some of the AI overview was not correct, because it's saying early 2026, and we're 2026 now. We're just getting our first casting. So I'm suspecting if it's not late 2027, because if they're not even in production yet, it's more reasonable to think 2028 at this point.
Yeah, so we'll have some time with the series. First series, season 1. First series is game 1. Second season is game 2. Hopefully by then we got a game 3, because I think if you do it 3 limited series sort of thing, 3 seasons, we in and we out, man. Like, hey, that's good eating for like 5 years,
really
man.
That
like,
really
that's good. But I can't wait for this, honestly. This is gonna be.
I do want to go back to something that Doc was commenting on, because let's remember the Rings of Power in season 2. The first 3 episodes, they did remember what happened in season 1, and then they connected to the rest of the episode. And then after the 3rd episode, we were all caught up. That's it. And we continue with the story.
Mm-hmm.
I personally wouldn't object for that template for this show either. Again, if it's done right.
I completely understand. I can get on board with both of those stories. But now see, this is what happens, y'all. We have like really good ideas that we want to see, because visually in my head, I can hear Gaia narrating his story. Ooh. And then camera pans up going all the way to Olympus. And I just see him just welling.
Yes.
Imagine seeing him as a character for the very first time.
And that's what
welling away on Zeus.
Woo!
You don't
King
have
of the gods of Olympus.
Yeah, and even in like the second games, he would have dreams of his wife. Well, the recent one, the most recent wife. You could get away, Doc, with doing dreams if you wanted to.
Yes.
Of like his times before, just to build and craft that story of who he is. But man, you tell me my first opening shot is me welling on Zeus. Lock in, man. I'm here.
I mean, just think about.
I'm gonna sit here and wait till next week, just so I don't lose my spot. No, sit on the couch. I'm waiting.
You just got to think about the psychological trauma that Kratos has to deal with his entire life, and how many nightmares this man might have. Although he is a god, I'm just saying. I bet you he barely sleeps, bro. Just think about that.
Well, no, I mean, like, I think that's another thing that's going to be important to this character's story is he has so much trauma. You have to also see him deal with that too.
Yeah, and you get that throughout the 2 games too.
Yeah, I mean, you have to see him deal with that, how it affects him both as a god and then now being a parent, and how he's going to raise his son. Because for those of us who've been through traumatic experiences, they can inform the rest of your life if you do not heal properly.
Pretty much.
So, like, I think those bites or those tones are so important for this, and we have to see it. And I was going to say something else that I'm forgetting to talk, but yeah, we have to see it.
Yeah, and for one of Turtles on location or green screen heavy, it could be a little bit of both, but they are filming in Vancouver. So this is when the Vancouver Sun God of War starts shooting in 2026. So we probably could be on the lookout for like a 2027 release of this.
Nice. Please, I would love to see it in 2027. I remember I was gonna say, it would actually, Dion, I agree with you. How dope that would be. The show just opens and he's just going at it with Zeus, because it forms questions like, what happened?
Exactly. Like that's
how do we get here?
Why are we upset with Zeus? I mean, Zeus is a giant of Zeus, but why are we here?
And can I say one more thing about this? I just want to say one more thing, because we know us nerds. We know how big God of War is, and I'm thinking even for people that don't know about the entirety of Kratos, I'm sure once their friends start talking about it, they're gonna go and look it up on YouTube. I'm thinking by the time this comes out, a lot of people are gonna know who didn't know, who hadn't played the games. They're gonna know who Kratos is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and then game sales are gonna go up because you're like, you know what? Let me play the game before this thing comes out.
Yeah.
And just from a Sony property, he's batting 1,000. Okay,
yeah.
Like he's as a character, as a property, as a video game to play from the first one till now. No, hey, just saying, man, this man about to do a 6-peat real quick with his next game. Like, no doubt about it. But I want to throw this out, and we'll move to our next one. So season 1. So Key Matthew, season 1 it's gonna take place with the newer game. So the Norse mythology that they went through with the one in 2018 that came out, that's where we're starting. And we were just talking about doing like flashbacks or giving some exposition at the beginning of who Kratos is and why we are here now. But yeah, I think the material's there.
Yeah,
don't stray from the material, man. Don't stray from the material. Man, I get so excited. I don't even change like our bumpers, man. Like y'all didn't tell me it said welcome to All Star Fandom.
We're all excited, dude. This is God of War.
Y'all didn't tell me it said welcome to All Star Fandoms 25 minutes ago. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey, thank y'all.
Thank y'all. What happens when we discuss the hot topic? We forget about the
Oh man.
But even more news is a live action Oh, Jen, what was okay? Let me. Hey,
I didn't like that side.
Let me read this and and I want to throw it straight to Jen. So, just shifting gears from the guide to fairy tales. Disney's live action remake Tangled is officially moving forward, and we finally know who will be playing Rapunzel and Flynn. So Tegan Croft, she will be playing Rapunzel, while Milo Manheim steps in for Flynn Rider. Both actors closely resembles their animated counterparts, with many fans praising Disney for staying visually faithful to the original. There also is some rumor about Catherine Hahn becoming
Mother Gothel.
Thank you. But those haven't been confirmed fully. I think I even saw like Scarlett Johansson's name out there too. She's too busy with DC right now. Let her be. But
not Scarlett.
Jen, Jen, you heard about this is one of your stories that you provided for us.
I did.
What do you think about this? Another Disney live action, by the way, but your thoughts?
You know, I'm starting to feel what fans have said for years with the Disney remakes. Granted, I'm excited that we are exploring live action because the way technology has advanced, it's really dope that we can see this. And at the same time, I can't help feel like there's other stories you haven't done yet. I get it's a familiar IP, there's familiar characters, but the whole original platform with Walt Disney was fairy tales. There's other fairy tales that y'all haven't told yet.
Yeah.
There's other films, I would argue, that I would rather see get a live action remake or episodic series. One example would be The Black Cauldron. That's a really good book series that could be done one as a live action remake, and you could do it episodically to really flesh out the books. With that said, I will say this. I have loved, personally, the Cinderella that was directed by Kenneth Branagh. I enjoyed Beauty and the Beast. The phenomenal cast. I don't know when we're going to get that type of phenomenon ever again to that caliber. I enjoyed I have enjoyed The Little Mermaid. I enjoyed Pinocchio, The Jungle Book. I mean, they have done really well, in my opinion, with those adaptations. So this is one of the ones I really have to wait to see what they will dish out with it. But then at the same time, Disney, I love you. Do other stories, please.
Dot.
So yeah, what Jen said, and then some, because we've been getting a lot of these live action remakes, starting with The Lion King, right?
Is it really a live action remake?
And then we got Lilo and Stitch last year. We getting Moana this year. Even though we got a new Moana movie last year, we're getting
we're already live action Moana. My goodness.
Like, I think it gets to a point. I mean, they don't have to listen to the fans, but you got to curb it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of fans getting tired of the live action remakes. Like Jen said, y'all have a cornucopia of other stories. Start pulling some new stories. So, start pulling some new stories. And let's go from there.
Yeah. I'm tired.
You're torn, ain't you? You're torn right now.
I'm tired, man.
Yes, he's tired.
And I'll tell you why.
Say, where's Mickey?
Where's Goofy?
Hey.
Oh boy.
I wish you could do Toddle Duck. I would whip that out right now.
Oh my goodness.
But for me, is I'm tired, man, because I get I get Disney. They're already properties that they can use. We just gotta turn them live action, pay the cost for that, put it out. People who saw the original will take their kids to see this one. Like, it's sort of in that realm.
All facts.
Yeah, it's in that realm. But it comes to a point where like the quality is not up to par what we would think coming from Disney, because they're. Go ahead, Jen.
I would push back a little on it. It's not the quality. It's just, Turtle said it. I mean, it's a little lazy.
It's a little lazy.
That's probably why I'm tired of it, because you can do a really good Cruella movie.
Right.
And that was an original story for a character you already have.
Yep.
If you're gonna tell live action remakes or whatever, do something different. That's why I stand behind like Jungle Book. Jungle Book wasn't like shot for shot, tit for tat from like the cartoon.
Right.
No.
But you still had all the elements. It took a little bit from the book as well. So it had a lot in there. A lot of meat was on that bone for Jungle Book.
John Favreau did that one.
Yeah. Then we moved to the rest of them, and like really Jungle Book for me, Cruella, because it was original. And that's why I respect the Mufasa story, because it was something new still with a current property that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
Right.
And again, they didn't use the photorealistic. We talked about this before. They made them more animated in the Mufasa, so they could actually smile and emote. But I'm just thinking, like, what's the point if you've already done it perfectly like this in a medium where we can sit down and watch it? What's the benefit? It's lazy. What's the benefit of doing it in live action? Let's tell a new story. Let's bring something else. Something new to live action.
Does Disney need to do money grabs? I mean, I'm just asking because I ain't no billionaire. But is it a money grab?
I mean, they're pulling on people who grew up watching the original one.
It can be argued as such, because when Moana 2 came out, look at the numbers that got right away first weekend. When Lilo and Stitch came out, look at the numbers it got first opening weekend when it was in the film. So it could be argued that it could be. But then, like I said, if you want to keep doing live action remakes, can you go into the older films that were done, like the ones that Disney did? Like Sword of the Stone, the Black Cauldron.
Yes.
But Jen, that's why like Cruella worked. Like there was a definite, like a big gap between 101 Dalmatians, because remember that was live action too. They made a sequel.
Was the first live action that they ever did, but that one was very good.
Yeah, because it took elements that were great in animation and expanded them. Whoever put those two together again, and then they grabbed a little bit more money with a 102 sequel. But I would have too if that's the case at that point, because the first one did gangbusters. Well, but for Disney to be at this point,
look at the point you made though. Look at when the original 101 animated Dalmatians was made versus when the live action came out back in the 90s.
Yeah, it's enough of a gap between. It's enough time.
And you got Glenn Close to be Cruella. Be a brilliant casting choice.
Yeah. It's just now we're rebooting things that aren't even like 10 years old almost. Yeah. Like we're not rebooting, my bad. Remaking, live action remaking, like the Moana one that comes out this year. Moana came out in 2018, 2017.
Looking it up right now.
So within a span of like 10 years, we're getting a live action remake, while a animated 2016. While while an animated sequel and another one probably is already being currently made.
Yep.
What's the point? We could have sat on this and be like, hey, let's break in case of emergency, like in 10 years or 20 years, and
but you still wouldn't even need. I hate to say that. I hate to say you wouldn't need it, of course, because you know the little young ladies, they love Tangled. I mean, my daughter loves the movie, and of course I'm going to take her to go see this movie. But I don't think we need this movie.
No.
Live action.
No, because the question that comes up every time we get a live action remake, how are you going to make a difference to make the live action remake relevant?
You know what? I'll even throw in Turtles. Did we see the Chip and Dale movie?
I saw it.
That's the originality that I'm hoping to get from stuff. The Chip and Dale movie was a brain exploding experience.
It was.
Because Jen, have you seen it?
No, I actually didn't see that.
It's on Disney Plus.
Quite entertaining.
Jen, I swear, it's not like it's essentially imagine like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and they live in their own universe.
Yes.
Oh.
It's quite entertaining.
They live within the world.
Oh, okay.
That they worked on the show Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, since the show is done, you got Chip doing stuff, you got Dale doing stuff, you got plastic surgeries going on, you got Monterey Jack, you even got Jen. I don't want to say
Monterey Jack.
Yes,
boy, Jen, it's on Disney Plus, right?
Yes,
please,
it's
go
Disney.
watch it. Jen,
go check it out.
That if you're telling me I'm gonna get a live remake with those characters or something in a certain different way or an experience, that's exactly what Chip and Dale was, and it was phenomenal. Andy Samberg and who else was the voice of Chip and Dale? Because they didn't have their high pitched voices.
Right.
No, they didn't.
They had actual voices that they were like, "Hey, man, dude just came home from selling insurance, man. Like he was Chip was tired, man."
2022.
John Mulaney. I think I said his name right. Mulaney.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's the voice of Chip, and Andy Samberg was the voice of Dale. Yeah.
It was so good. It was so like if you're telling me that's what you're gonna do now.
Okay.
If you're doing that, boom, I'm all in. Because we didn't know what that movie was gonna be when we saw a live Chip and Dale remake. Like, wait a minute, what? And then they go that direction with it. All right, I'm in, man. Monterey Jack got framed. Like, Jen, it's good. It's good.
You gotta check it out for the next show, Jen. And tell us what you thought about it.
No, I'll watch it. I just wrote it down
so
on my watch list for this coming weekend.
But anything else from Tangled? I mean, we talked a lot about just Disney's approach to this. Expectations, I guess.
Is it sad to say I have none for this movie?
No,
it's warranted.
You got to be honest.
I don't have right? any. I'm be honest with you. I didn't even know that they was making this until Jen said something about it. Neither did I.
Ain't nobody checking for Tangled. It didn't hit my radar either until Jen put it in there.
Honestly, it's hard for me to have expectations because a really good example is when they announced The Little Mermaid, where they were going to make it a live action. I was open to it because Little Mermaid had not, it had been a while. And when they started announcing the casting, I actually got very excited for it. And then when I saw the final production of it and how they also included things from the book itself, from Hans Christian Andersen, the attention to detail, I ended up really enjoying it. So
yep, that's true.
I was pleasantly surprised. So I hope it's the same thing with this one, that I am pleasantly surprised in how they expand the story a little bit with some possible plot holes of the original, if there are any, which I don't think there are. But if they wanted to bring in a little bit more of a darker tone with it, because the original Rapunzel story is dark.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah, it ain't great.
It's very dark. So if you're gonna do live, especially with Mother Gothel, like, can we get into more of Mother Gothel story? Because here's the possible Easter egg connection of Mother Gothel, where people have a suspicion that Mother Gothel
is Agatha.
No.
That's where I went to. if it's Catherine Hahn, it's
really just, oh no, that's gonna be like it was Gothel all along. That's gonna come out.
Yep.
It's like when Will Smith was Genie, Prince of Agrabah. That's what came out with that. There's like this thing in the Disney fandom realm where they try to, connect different characters to different stories and how they do the Easter eggs in films. So one theory is that Mother Gothel is Megara from Hercules.
Wait a minute.
Which doesn't make sense to me, but that's a theory.
Yeah.
That something happens to Hercules, she loses her mind, and
her? No.
Wants to live young forever. I'm like, that makes more sense as the evil queen, but the evil queen dead.
Yeah.
I mean, unalive. Excuse me, YouTube. But yeah, so I hope, like with the Little Mermaid, I am pleasantly surprised with this.
That's why I'm going into this thing with no expectations. I want it to be good. Don't get me wrong. We weren't checking for it. You know what I'm saying?
I could talk all day about Cinderella. I could talk all day. I could. Let be like that for me, where I could be like, oh, you did what? Wait a minute. Hold it. We need to talk about. I want to be there.
Yeah, this one's not high on my. This one isn't high on my list. I will
watch list.
There've been others that, like, you bring up Little Mermaid. I enjoyed Little Mermaid. I really did. I really hate we didn't get a real Jamaican for
I know,
Sebastian, but that's the only thing that annoyed me.
Diggs did so good though. Come on, it's Daveed Diggs.
I listened to his version of the song one time, and I'm out.
Dang.
I'm out, man.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like.
That's your
Dion ain't having it. He's
saying,
not having it. He don't care nothing about the name. Look, I want authenticity.
I really don't. Yeah, if what was his name? Samuel E. Wright. If it wasn't him, like we could just play that song over. Like we could have just play that. Like that's it. But no, those are good.
What's that Jamaican singer Shaggy who sings with Sting on occasion?
You could have gotten Shaggy, man. It wasn't me.
Here's the thing: they did get Shaggy for that stage production
for the live action version that they did at Disney. We were actually at Disney when they did that.
I didn't even know that, but yeah, like that's the only thing.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, like they did this anniversary production on stage.
Because Queen Latifah played the
Ursula. And then the actress who does OG Moana's voice, she was Ariel in the production, and they got Shaggy to be Sebastian.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me. But yeah, Samuel, you're right. He killed that song, man.
Oh, he did. We love Samuel.
He's a little know how to dance now, and man, come on,
teenagers.
I just one thing. Turtle got down there in the bottom, son. Make a live action Darkwing Duck. I go see.
You know how many people will go wild?
I go see that.
We just had that discussion with Kahinde about like a Mighty Ducks.
Yes,
a live action deal. Here's the thing: you got Disney, and we'll move on to our last bit of casting news. You got so many properties that you own and you have created. Why are we pulling stuff like as recent as like what Tangled. 10 years ago with like Moana, like why are we pulling from that when this is why the Ninja Turtles are still a thing, because they pull on nostalgia every time they drop something.
But it's
I was just watching it right now.
But they pull on nostalgia. Us would be the ones who would go to see this Darkwing Duck or Mighty Ducks movie. Like it would be more for us than anything. And we have kids. Those kids are coming with us too.
They will be educated correctly.
Exactly. So, and then that's another opportunity to reopen a franchise that you already have the rights to. You can sell more toys. You bring them out, limited edition toys. The ones that were made in the 90s. Hey, we're bringing them back. Power Rangers example. I can buy the Power Ranger. I can buy the Power Ranger with the flipping head again, like the morphing head again. That's for me. You got all this, just use it. And we shouldn't have to be talking about a live action Tangled.
To your point, there was a time where Disney did special vault release on DVD Blu-rays.
They did that
for a long time.
For a good while.
But now you can see with streaming and everything else, there's fully no value within that.
No, not anymore. But I'm just saying, to your point of the nostalgia, that's what they did.
Yeah, but for where we are now, where do you pull from that nostalgia now? Because a live action Tangled will get people there. I'm sure they'll still do well with this. I'm not saying that they won't. It's just that I think everybody's gotten to the point where live action is just.
They gotta make up for Snow White.
It's just whatever at this point, unfortunately.
They really ain't got to make up for Snow White. They can just move on. You feel me? They keep pushing forward. You know, like Doris said, just keep moving, moving. That's it. Like you don't need to make up anything.
Nah, man, nah. But even in more video game news and Amazon news, Lara Croft is back. This time on Amazon Prime. So Sophie Turner has officially been revealed as a new Tomb Raider, and the first images of her costume have already made waves online. Her version of Lara Croft appears to be closer to the classic video game look, with practical outfits, rugged aesthetic, looking like a seasoned explorer, rather than what we got in the early parts, the beginning of the recent games, a newly discovered or realized Tomb Raider. I think it looks dope. While the plot still remains under wraps, the project feels like Amazon's attempt to create another serial-sized video game adaptation that they're going to have God of War and this going on at the exact same time. Doc.
Oh.
So I love it.
No, let me just ask you. I got two-parter here. Initial thoughts on Sophie Turner as Lara Croft, her look, obviously, as well, and how she somewhat compares to the last two live action or differ from the last live two action Lara Crofts we've had.
Okay. I love the look. I think it's fly. Have either one of y'all seen the Tomb Raider series on Netflix? Have y'all looked at it?
Is that the animated one?
Yes.
So that one's based off the most recent trilogy too. I have not watched it, but I've watched the most recent movie based off the trilogy. I was just going to say she reminds me of that young lady and this young lady. I'm thinking this thing is going to be a banger. I like the look. She has the same build as Angelina when the first two films, and you still see the look of the last young lady that played her in the previous Tomb Raider live action. So I think they got the look right. Now we got to get the Lara Croft attitude right. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing from this young lady once they release. So I look forward to seeing it because Tomb Raider is one of my favorite joints. You know what I'm saying? So it was the OG of PlayStation, man. Like
yes, it was.
It's one of the oldest properties. We talked about it. 30 years of Tomb Raider that we're approaching this year.
Yeah.
And we have a new series coming out, and we have apparently a new video game coming out next year as well. New developers as well. So there's more life in this character. I feel like there's always going to be life in this character. Whoever decides to play her or whoever they pick to play her. When I first saw her gear, I was like, oh, this is giving me PlayStation 1 vibes.
Yep.
Like the entire, like, boy, looking at these, we were like, boy, can it get any realer? You know what I mean?
When we first started, we did. Dog. It was like, oh, it looks so real.
Can it get any realer than that? Oh my God, that's amazing. But I'm to a point now where like people are video game developers, but studios are finally just saying like, hey, we're gonna embrace the property that we're going to be remaking or making for the first time. We just talked Kratos. It looks like they're working with like the most care of all to try to keep that as close to the source as you can. We talked Mortal Kombat. We talked Street Fighter recently. They're embracing what those properties are.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved her look in it. Attitude wise, we'll see how it works. Angelina felt like she brought a whole different vibe than
she did.
The Alicia Vikander, brought a bit different vibe, but it was essentially her movies were shot for shot from that video game, the most recent recent movie, and I liked that too. I thought there was some length or some legs there, but apparently they were like, hey, we're gonna start over. We're gonna go into this series. I think that's gonna be pretty dope.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I wanted a second movie from what's her name, Sarah?
I did
because
too.
I thought her Tomb Raider movie, I thought it was really good. Yeah. I thought it was good.
You know what the wild thing is too? Is that Tomb Raider is like the OG adventure game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But as time went on, the series sort of got away from that. You know, it felt like it. I put it like Fast and Furious. We're racing, and now we're making super soldiers. Vin Diesel's damn super soldier now, right?
Yes.
So that's how far I felt like those first games went, and I sort of tapped out of. But then Uncharted dropped, and Uncharted became that quintessential adventure game, theatrical look. So when they came back, they took a lot of stuff from Uncharted to put within Tomb Raider, and that's why that was a more complete game than ever. Mm-hmm. They made 3 of those new games, I think, 2 or 3, and even made a movie based off of it, and made the Netflix series based off of it. So you could have still ran Alicia Vikander with that. You could have ran the same play for another movie, unless it didn't. I don't think it did as well, though.
At the box office, it did.
I don't think it did. If you want to pull that up and check,
I'm curious.
But I think at this point in time, a series for something like this is the way to go, because it could have time to breathe. And for Sophie Turner's photos, there's no origin story, man. I feel like she's already raiding tombs. You know what I mean? So, but Jen, what your thoughts on Sophie Turner?
So, let me break this down right quick. Per your question, Dion. So, worldwide, they made $275 million off a budget of $90 to $100 million. That's
not bad.
That's not at all.
And I bet it did really well, like on streaming too.
I mean, you talking about they could have made another movie. They could have made another 2 or 3 movies, and who knows where it would have been. But them starting over is fine too. I mean, not starting over. Them going to Amazon Prime to do a TV series, I think that's brilliant too, because we can get a better story of Laura, because all we knew of Laura is if you didn't play none of the games, her dad is somebody important. He leaves some stuff. She got to go figure some things out.
Pretty much.
We don't have that origin of him training her how to think and how to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? And how he came up lost like he did, being in the order of whatever he was in. But I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the whole thing. I was going to check to see how many episodes they're going to drop, and I hope they don't drop them all at once.
Jen.
I'm excited to see what they're going to pull out with. For me personally, I'm not too familiar with this young woman's work. I'm going to have to do some research on my own to look at what she's done.
One of the most notable things that she was in was X-Men. What was it, Apocalypse?
Yeah, she's the Phoenix. She's a young lady on Game of Thrones.
I didn't watch.
That's her. Oh, you didn't watch Game? Oh, it's too violent for you, huh?
No, it's not just too violent.
So that's pretty much her.
Okay. Well, no, like
notables.
Well, like if she's in Game of Thrones, then I go do your thing. I want to see. I love that she is video game accurate, and I do agree. I think doing this as an episodic instead of a film is going to be better for the story, because again, like we continue to say, you can flesh this out. You can take time. So if you wanted to dive into the background story between her and her dad and what's going on with her dad, you can do that episodically than in the film. Because in a film, you have to rush it to hit the film beats.
Or you think you get a sequel, because I think they thought they were going to get a sequel, because
they ended
in a very cliffhanger way with her finally getting her 2 guns. So
yeah. So with what we've seen with the Rings of Power, the Wheel of Time, that show has been excellent. I'm sad that we're not.
It was a good show. It's a really good show. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm disappointed they're not going to complete that, because it's been a brilliant show, and the other shows they've been doing, they've been knocking it out of the park. So, and with God of War, and then now this,
Boy, we really love some grandiose TV watching, don't it? Boy, we be watching all the.
I mean, that's
the most episodic thing we can find on TV, man. And then the stuff that costs too much money and they cancel, we end up sad, man.
I mean, with something like this, obviously you have a property that
all of Italy. You could have just downscaled and not cancel Wheel of Time. Yeah, I said it.
But I do think with like a property like this, and you sort of see what Amazon is taking on, because Amazon, are they rounding out with The Boys? Are they finishing that sometime soon?
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be ending this year, if I'm not mistaken.
So they move from that to two more new franchises, along with Ring of Power going on at the same time, and no telling what else they have like episodically there. But I think now is
that show Invincible too, don't they?
Yes. Yeah. So I think at this point now, with the two properties that they have, which is wild, is two video game properties, they were like, hey, let's make these into TV shows instead of movies. I thought that might have been the best discussion that came out of that whatever meeting when it came about this. Fallout as well. So they're like, what games y'all like? We got money. We gonna
and then they came out with that series with all the video games.
Secret Level.
So
so I think they've embraced what they want to do with their live act. I mean, getting these properties too is not a small task.
No.
And being in charge of these is a even bigger task. Especially with Lara Croft, we've got her in live action twice, and this is the first time we really get to flesh her out as a character, even more than the original video games. If we're taking more of that from her. We're taking more of that to build her story. Y'all know me, man. I'm not hard. Well, I'm not hard to please sometimes. But if you say
I like how he corrected himself.
if you showed me this picture and just said coming spring 2027, I'm like, oh, I bet I'll watch that. That looks dope. She looks like she's from the video game.
She really does. They really captured the essence of the OG game, which thank you for that. Again, we keep saying this. Use the source material.
And again, they'll take liberties here to flesh out stories and whatnot. I get it. There's a 30 years worth of content that they could pull from to build this one character. So that's a pretty dope thing they have right now.
Can I say one thing? I hope they give us something else to look forward to in her treasure hunts, other than what we've seen already in the movies and in the animated show on Netflix.
Yeah, I think the animated one in the last 3 games, I don't know what they will pull from that. I'd be interested to know, because she was just like starting out. The clip that's playing now is the upcoming game. Apparently, I saw this today. I think this drops maybe next year from Catalyst. So we'll be on the lookout for another Tomb Raider game. But even when this game, she got her stuff together. I think that's what I want to see. I just want to see a badass woman do badass things, man. That's it. That's it.
Like Turtle said, want to see a swan dive off the Great Wall of China. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it happens, man. That's what I'm saying. It happens.
So, real quick, according to quick research, the new Tomb Raider game, if it doesn't come out this year, 2026, it is due 2027.
So it could be a major push towards with the series as well. It could be Tomb Raider's 30th anniversary sort of deal, right? It's 30 years, right? From 96 to now. So we're 30 years of Tomb Raider. Like, there's a lot they could do this year, even with the older content. And now you're saying we got a new person to helm that. Hey, we here, man. I'm enjoying where we are now in life, man. I can't ask for much more. But no, we'll be on. Oh, go ahead, Jen. I was reading comments.
Yeah, no, real quick, just because a comment you just said, something I just read, because you said that Amazon possibly tying this movie into the new game. According to some of the key details I researched, Amazon Game Studios is doing the new Tomb Raider game.
Yeah, okay.
So there might be a
direct correlation.
Yeah,
that's a massive push, man, because you can go 30 years of of Lara Croft, work with PlayStation to put out some old games. So you already saw it. We got remaster games already. Let's push those again. Let's push these stories before you watch the series or before you play the game. Do this. Like, there's a lot they could do this year from Tomb Raider. I'll be surprised if they're not putting something together for this, because 30 years is a big milestone for any character in any medium. And we all still know Lara Croft, and people younger than us do too. Yeah. So,
and it's one of the few games that keeps getting continually purchased and introduced to younger generations.
Yeah, man, this is the remaster version, because boy, that Tiger came out. Do that somersault, do that backflip with the guns. Pop, pop, pop. See, that's what I want, man. Like, it just, and I know, like, she's just out here like a gymnast, whatever. But it's a dope feeling. Like, it's gonna be dope just to see this character just be badass. That's all we need, man.
I don't know. I compare her and a girl from Underworld a lot. They added a lot. Like, it's just them in the world, even though she got a man and a baby. Old girl from Underworld. Yeah, but it's just the fact that how they handle their weapons, how they handle themselves, is similar. And even the shots
from the Resident Evil,
the shots in those movies may very well be some of the shots like you're talking about, that cinematic moment where she does the backwards flip and pop off them rounds. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that in here, and a couple of other cool looking things like from the video games. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm just hoping that it's as good as we think it's going to be, because I'm not, like you said about DC. Amazon put out some bad stuff, and I'd be like, I don't know if I want to go back over there right now. I'll hold off a little bit.
But it has been enough for Rings of Power. I didn't watch The Boys. Y'all know me.
I ain't really into that one either. Like,
but I dug him. But I dug Invincible. I dug Invincible a lot.
Yeah, I love Invincible too.
But it's just certain stuff, yeah. But I feel like they're finally making a
Kate Beckinsale. Thank you, Turtle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like they're actually making an effort to be like, okay, we see the landscape of streaming right now. Mm-hmm. We see mergers, we see hostile takeovers, we see where content is moving.
Yes.
How do we differentiate? What can we create? What's our Game of Thrones? What's our Walking Dead? By the way, Ryan Hurst was on Walking Dead. He was a whisperer too. But what are our things?
What's gonna keep people coming over here and putting their eyeballs on this?
Yes. And you're telling me I got God of War coming, I got Tomb Raider coming, and then I'm coming back for Invincible. I'm coming back for Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 1 million.
All the fandoms that we talk about, they're like, let's pick some stuff down.
You just made an interesting point, because with what we're seeing now with these chess pieces of Netflix now buying Warner Brothers, we have Amazon Prime, we have HBO, we have Disney. What each one is going to be known for, essentially, because Rings of Power is Amazon Prime, but then the Lord of the Rings franchise is under Warner Brothers. Little bit of competition there. So it's going to be interesting to see what each platform is going to be really mostly known for, because Netflix is doing really well with their live actions of Avatar and One Piece and the anime shows that they're putting out. They're really knocking out of the park with that. Disney is known for being Disney with Marvel and Star Wars. That's their cornerstone now. So now we're getting these gaming games. It's very interesting with the playing field we're getting.
Can I say something? I don't even judge these streaming platforms like that. You know how I judge them? Off of the original material that they put out. I mean, I'm being honest.
That's what we're talking about, though. Too. Like,
I'm not talking about like remakes of games and stuff. I'm talking about like the original series. Like, there's a new series on Netflix right now, His and Hers. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I look for new writing and a different way of looking at stuff. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. But if I got these properties, though, man, and you're already familiar with them, and I can tell you, I'm gonna take God of War, make a 10-episode season, telling his story at a slower pace.
Y'all already announced that we're watching it.
Than we could ever do with a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
that will pull me in just from the discussion.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: there's always that little twinge of doubt.
Yeah.
But again, there's that little twinge of doubt, the little bit. But for this, and again, how much we love the Rings of Power, and we love other things on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
When they make a commitment to being good.
Oh yeah,
put money behind and put money behind.
Put money behind it. Yeah,
property. They will pull off a really good. Yeah, they will pull off a really good show or series. But
1,000,000%.
That's going to be really we got that along with God of War coming on. But we'll be back to our regular scheduled time next week on All Star Fandom Prime on Wednesday 9:05. But moving on.
There he is.
Hans Zimmer to score Harry Potter.
It is official.
So that's a huge get.
That's
very
huge, big news.
I want to go to these real quick because I do have other little things. One more time.
Where were the other drugs going?
Oh my god.
Oh, going to Hans Zimmer. Next up. So we step into the Wizarding world where some major musical magic is about to happen. So legendary composer Hans Zimmer has been tapped to create the original score for HBO's new Harry Potter series. Man. So Zimmer, he will be crafting an entirely new musical identity for Hogwarts, one that honors the spirit of the original films while introducing fresh themes for a new generation of fans. We know this series is supposed to adapt all 7 of the books across multiple seasons. Yes. So that's a lot of music. That's a lot of times that we'll hear that theme song. What makes it especially exciting though is that Zimmer is known for creating iconic soundscapes like Inception, Gladiator, Doom. So his take on magic, mystery, Superman, Man of Steel. So and so his take on his take on magic, mystery, adventure could redefine how we experience Harry Potter on screen. So, Doc, real quick, you being our musician of the group,
bro,
what did you think when you heard Hans Zimmer? Because you're so familiar with the John Williams classic thing.
So, as a young composer coming up in college, you know what I'm saying, getting a degree in music, I always wanted to write music like this guy here. He is by far one of my favorite film score composers ever, hands down. Him and John, they are high. Like him and John Williams are up there. But the way he writes music, you feel the emotion in it. Also, man, I can imagine. I can't wait to hear it. How he's gonna draw attention from the instruments he put in here when it comes to Harry Potter and all of the hardships that Harry Potter has to go through and the tension that he pulls from that when he and Voldemort meet. I'm excited. I think I'm more excited than most people because this for me is a big treat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for him, I'm not flexing ATL. I'm just stating facts, bro. For him to get tapped for this is going to be something special. Now, I know every single piece of music from Harry Potter. I absolutely love it. I sit and listen to those film scores. And, bro, I just cannot wait to see what his brain comes up with for the magical, for the whimsy, for the fairy tale, for the whole entirety of Harry Potter. I can't wait to hear the music.
Jen, same question.
Yeah, I think this was a wise, brilliant choice because Hans Zimmer's resume is so diverse when you look at this man's resume and all the film scores he has done and how each film score is so different from the other in everything that he's done. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the only reason why I went to watch Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters was because I found out he did the music.
Yes.
I'm going. He's done the music for the Sherlock Holmes films with RDJ and Jude Law. I mean, and the music in Dune and what he accomplished with that feat.
Yeah.
Inventing new sounds and instruments that have never been created before just for that film. So I think this was a very wise choice because John Williams' music is so iconic. Everyone knows that theme song. You know what it is. And it's the same thing with all of John Williams' music. You know the Jaws sound. You know Star Wars. You know Indiana. And you know Harry. So to see what he's going to come up with and to bring a new hue, a new life to the story. And because the overall original idea with the books is you grow up with Harry, and each book as he grows up gets darker and darker and darker and darker. So knowing that Hans Zimmer can more than definitely can do that, I know this is going to probably be music that I'm going to be enjoying for a really long time. So
yeah,
great choice.
I mean, I agree. Again, I've just started my Harry Potter reading journey in preparation for this series, so I think that's going to be pretty dope. But I'm even not being like as deep into the fan. That song from the movies is synonymous with Harry Potter because that was the first live action adaptation book. So that's always going to be seared into your mind whenever you get there. But Hans Zimmer also did Man of Steel, right?
Yeah. He did. Yeah. That is his music.
Here's John Williams also did the original Superman, right?
Yes, he did.
So it's like I know John Williams Superman. I hum that. But there's also times where I will hum Henry Cavill's theme song too when I think of Superman, which is a dope thing if you're able to pull off the fact that this composer nailed it, this composer nailed it. I'm looking forward to this just because the music was composed great in the movie, but this is a TV series. A HBO streaming series. There's going to be a lot of introduction music to characters. There's going to be a lot of introductions to scenes. Like Hans Zimmer makes sure that everybody has a theme song, apparently, pretty much.
As does John Williams.
It's all of brilliant.
In all of Star Wars, everyone has a theme, even the Force.
Every main character, yes.
They all have their own unique theme, and you know the theme when you hear it.
Yeah, and that's where we are with, again, a legendary composer of his stature. And when I heard his name, here's the thing. I don't look at, I'm sure Doc probably does. I don't really look to see who's composing the music of upcoming properties and stuff like that. But this made news. So this made news to the point where I'm like, okay, what has he made before? I knew the stuff he made. He worked with Junkie XL on the BVS stuff and Alola Justice League stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, his Batman theme was dope.
Yeah, it's so dope.
So I saw his name and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be dope. That's all I said when I saw when we talked about it. I was like, oh, that's gonna be dope.
All gonna be dope.
Yes, but
there's no worry. There's no worry there.
Hans Zimmer also did the original Gladiator music.
I was literally gonna say that is my favorite. And he has a whole list, but by far,
and he also
Gladiator is by far my favorite film score. That's my favorite film score ever. The emotion he put, let me tell you something. I was Maximus Decimus Meridius. What? That whole, I can hum that entire movie from beginning to end, just like Bad Boys. I can hum it from beginning to end. You do that, but.
It's just good, man. It's just really good.
Let me educate the people here. So he's also done Pearl Harbor. He's done Dunkirk. He's done Kung Fu Panda, The Da Vinci Code, The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. He's done Spirit, the Disney Works movie. He has done the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack.
Yes.
He's done Rain Man. He's done Madagascar for DreamWorks. He has done No Time to Die, one of the Bond movies. He's done The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That is his music. Like this man has a
legendary. He's a legend in the game, bro.
And
there's no sort of
and Mufasa, the new Disney movie. That's his music because he did the Lion King.
But this giving him an opportunity for compose the music of a series, that's I think that's a dope differentiation of his recent work. I'm sure he's done stuff for shows, but his most notable stuff is what Jen just read out of all huge theatrical movies. So again, I saw this as news and I was like, well, that's going to be dope. I'm not worried about that because here's the thing. You see him, you see what he did with his Superman. You saw what John Williams did with his Superman. You know how iconic that one is. Harry Potter, you know how iconic that theme is. He's going to work to make something as iconic with also putting pieces and sprinkling in stuff from that theme. So I feel like you're gonna get the best of both worlds either way out of this. I don't think anybody.
And the way he respects the craft coming from a major composer that they just had on this project to him being the major composer on the project that's writing like the same material is brilliant. I wonder if they talk like when they're.
That's what I was just about to say. Like they got to. It's them and
no way. I can't see
who else.
I can't see how they wouldn't, because the thing with Harry Potter, and we've seen this with Star Wars, especially with the fan base. The fan base has great expectations, especially if you're putting out there, we're going to be more to the books. Like when fans hear that, it's like, oh, really? Okay. They start taking notes. So yeah, they have to really come up to bat and mean it, stepping up to the.
You know who's gonna have a seat at that table pretty soon, Doc? What's his name? Ludwig Göransson.
Oh yes, from Mandalorian.
No, and Black Panther. Yeah. Not yesterday at work. I've been at work. Thursday, I listened to like the Black Panther like music, not the album, but the music.
Yeah, the score.
I forgot how good that Wakanda Forever theme was.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
I went, you know what? I used it in the story for last week's show. And I was like, wait a minute. So the next day at work, I just put my headphones in and listened throughout that entire thing. You sort of forget how good T'Challa's was too. Yeah. Like the piece that they always play for T'Challa when he enters the room is a small piece of that is up to that score, but it's so good. Like I ran that little
right back
to that part like 10 times straight. I had to hear those horns, man. I had to hear, man.
No, and he has such a unique sound. You can tell, like when you said his name, the first thing I thought, I know he did Black Panther. I heard that, but the first thing I thought was bum 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 bum.
He did Sinners too.
Oh my God, he did, bro.
I was just about to say, let me give some history here. He's done Sinners, Oppenheimer, Fugitive Station, Black Panther, Creeds 1 and 2, Turning Red, Disney film. He's doing the music for the Mandalorian movie that's coming out. Man. He's done Venom. He's done 30 Minutes or Less.
In case the people ain't know, I love music. This is what I do. I know a lot of people really don't follow musicians and stuff like that, bro. But I love it.
And he's doing the music for the new movie, The Odyssey, that's coming out this year. That's going to be his music.
Yep. So, Doc, he's going to have a conversation. A conversation is going to be had about that guy in this conversation with these two when it's all said and done. Like he's well on his way. He's been doing music for years, but he
pushes the boundary. We all remember listening to the Star Wars music and how the boundaries were pushed within musicality. You know what I'm saying? We've all heard when we heard Man of Steel, how he pushed the boundary. I'm getting excited, bro. Man. I'm getting excited, dog.
That theme song, man, was so like in my mind. I've seen that movie so many times, and we've seen Superman take that flight so many times.
Yeah.
But when he puts his fist down,
yes,
and you're like, boy, and it starts, and he's moving and he's flying like that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is different. It still felt big. It felt like Superman, even the Batman, man. Like Ben Affleck's Batman theme was really good. Did he have anything to do with Wonder Woman's?
You know what? I honestly don't know. Because I thought she went a different way. The director on the first Wonder Woman?
Who, Hans Zimmer?
Was that Junkie XL? Well, he did the music for BVS. I'm pretty sure he did. BVS.
Oh, you asking if it was his idea for that Wonder Woman theme song?
Was that his thing? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm looking it up right now. You mean Hans Zimmer?
Yeah. Did he do? Because he worked with Junkie XL, I think, on that original album.
So that's Rupert Gregson Williams did the score for Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Okay.
That's his music.
But we heard that Wonder Woman song for the first time in BVS. So who did BVS?
I'm looking it up.
Because that theme. Again, they may have overplayed it a bit in Justice League.
Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL.
They created that.
Yes.
And you can't look at Wonder Woman again without hearing that theme song. Which is a good theme song.
Yes.
But hey, man, this is gonna be great. I mean, he's gonna set the mood with every instrument or whatever he decides to pick.
Choice. I mean,
that dude, he can pick up 2 rocks to do this, bro. That's music. I'm just saying, dog.
The way he can play with it, I mean, come on.
So our last one of the night, may the force be with Kathleen Kennedy. So let's sort of tee this up because I apologize for my technical difficulties earlier, but apparently Kathleen Kennedy is on her way out of this thing. So it's been officially announced her departure. She officially announced her departure from Lucasfilms, marking the end of some would say a controversial era in Star Wars history. During her tenure, Kennedy oversaw blockbusters like The Force Awakens, but also faced intense backlash from segments of the fan base over decisive projects such as The Last Jedi. In her recent interview, she spoke candidly about the toxic side of online fandom, acknowledging how harsh criticism, harassment, and political divides have impacted modern franchises. She also went on to add that it made it clear that while she listened to fans, she never believed storytelling should be dictated entirely by social media outrage, a stance that earned both respect and criticism. With new leadership stepping in, many are now wondering what direction Star Wars will take next. So, Jim, toss this one over to you first up. What do you think about Kathleen Kennedy finally stepping down and her legacy that she's left within Lucasfilms?
I'll believe it when that woman leaves.
I mean, all reports have said like David Filoni is the guy now.
But this conversation topic has come up many times before, and the exit hasn't happened, and there's always been a reason. With that said,
yeah, she's given an exit interview. I will say that she has given an exit interview.
It's been confirmed.
I think she's completely out of there. I think she's done. I think she's done. I think she is.
Okay.
From all reports that I found.
I know some. I actually have a person on the inside that can answer that question for me. I'll ask her. So
hopefully she's just not still pulling strings back there somehow. It's just saying like, "Hey, I'm gone," but I'm not really gone.
Well, here's the thing with a transition like this, and it also depends on who the chosen person is. And I believe this one they're saying it's Filoni. Mm-hmm. Normally, it is part of common practice that even though they're stepping out, they're still going to be given yes, Turtle, I'm going to be calling Jar Jar Binks because everyone knows he's an undercover Sith Lord. Yes. There's usually common practice of there's like a certain amount of months where they're going to be still giving guidance in the beginning because it's a big mantle to take. Lucasfilms is you can't take this mantle lightly, especially to her comments with the fan base and everything. And Kathleen Kennedy has gotten a lot of flack, but then there's other things that she has given us that people absolutely loved over the years because you have to remember she worked with the Mandalorian, but then she also worked with George Lucas over the years. So there's other things she's given even before she was in the seat that she has given us. So we can't completely erase that from her career. So I mean, and we have to remember, no franchise is perfect. We talk about DC a lot. Mm-hmm. We talk about DC.
We have to.
We have to. So, you know, she has done the best she could with Lucasfilms, and you know, I would push back on her a little bit with where she comments, you know, where she didn't really let the dictation of fans sway decisions. I present to you, ma'am, The Acolyte. Let's talk about that if you're going to make that comment. But I want to hear your why that decision was made then, if you're not letting fans persuade decision making for continuing shows that were actually very good and deserved a season 2. I will keep standing on that hill. So
I'm gonna stand on that hill with you, Jen, because I 1,000,000,000% agree with you on that. I really enjoyed The Acolyte.
With all due respect, Miss Kennedy, I love you. I'm gonna push back on you on that one. It's like, then why did you let The Acolyte not move forward? You should have just kept true in those terms. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting what's gonna be happening with Star Wars moving forward, because they're putting a lot of weight on the Mandalorian and the Grogu success or failure at the box office. I mean, that's why we're not getting a lot of stuff right now, because they're waiting to see what is going to happen with this. It's going to be a big, I don't know if hinge is the right word, but it's staple of what may or may not happen depending on how the Mandalorian and Grogu film does. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a new era. We've gotten a lot from Kathleen Kennedy, which I'm grateful we have. I mean, honestly, if it weren't for her, for a lot of the stuff she pushed for, we wouldn't have some of the stuff we have today.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now there are, well, she is reporting, well, she quoted it saying that this transition was already like months in advance, sort of thing, so that it wasn't like an abrupt, like she's leaving and they'll figure out who's taking over then. But it's sort of been a succession plan, I guess, if you loosely, for her leaving. So that's what's been reported, and that's from her mouth as well. So
as has happened every time it's come up.
This is true, but this is the first time, like, I'm nobody, but I'm just saying, like, on my radar, where this feels definitive to me finally. Because we've heard reports in the past. We always thought about, like, oh, she's on the outs, because that's Lucasfilms. That's Indiana Jones too.
Yes.
And that hasn't done well these last 2 movies, maybe 3.
The last 3 movies weren't really good.
And the video game is amazing though. That new video game is wild, but it's always time for some fresh ideas and some new blood. We sort of saw how Filoni and Happy,
Favreau.
What's his name? Favreau, thank you. I was just call the man Happy. But we saw sort of like how those fresh ideas came in, and you saw the reception that they received. Well, the reception that they got from The Mandalorian, or I mean, there comes a time where it's time to say goodbye, and ideas you thought would work didn't. Han Solo didn't fully work like they thought it would.
Oh, it could have. They didn't want to try.
But again, that's the thing. You have people, and this is where I'm going to throw it in, use a wrestling analogy. Vince McMahon was this tyrant, essentially, of a wrestling company. It was his way or the highway. He had final say in every single thing that happened. You had to go to him. So things sort of didn't work anymore. They got stale. It was time for a change. So when all that stuff happened with him and they switched over to new management, Triple H is his son-in-law pretty much taking over, you saw the product of what it could be. You saw like, oh, okay, so we're in 2025 now, 2026. This is what wrestling looks like in 2026. I feel like that could be the same for like Star Wars, where in 2026, let's open up the galaxy. Let's see what happens. If people aren't happy about it, I don't think Dave Filoni is going to pivot as much as they have in the past. I don't believe that he will.
I can't get over how at Star Wars Celebration, Dave Filoni was so salty that Chopper is more popular than R2-D2. He is so upset about it.
But again, that's a fan of that universe. Like we talked about this before. Who has the pins to these universes now, or the people who grew up idolizing and they're being their fandoms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who need the pins. Again, time is going to come where that pin has to be given to someone else too, and and carried on as well. So Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, did she have a stellar run? No run is perfect, but I'm happy with what we got under her leadership. At least, you know, Mandalorian.
Hey, I got the Skeleton Key. I got Mandalorian.
I'm just saying,
Mandalorian
got Mandalorian.
We got Andor
into.
We got Andor.
I'm just saying, man, she did a lot of good, bro. Look,
but here's the thing: everything you just said were TV show related. Yeah. Not many. And Jen, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, or you can say whatever you think about this. The television properties are completely different than the movie properties in a sense of weight or care, because I feel like that sequel trilogy, if that was great, we'd be great, but it wasn't for many. So that's where we were going to dump and pile on to Star Wars. Acolyte enjoyed it. Some people didn't for some reason. I think, but
y'all talking. The way y'all talking, y'all saying like she getting fired.
But no, but that's the only time. It's not even that, but that's the only time where like a TV series has sort of broken through to say like for most fans to say like we don't like it. But the movies are always going to be like the big rock in the jar that you have to get right?
I would say definitely to a point, because my opinion has been with the sequel trilogy, one of the big mistakes they did was switching up the directors, because episode 7 actually was well received by fans all across the board. Mm-hmm. Because the idea was JJ would do the first film, then they would have a director just pick up that story and continue on with it, and then a different director do number 3, which I think for a movie, you have to be careful with something like that. That's just too much diversity, because I felt like when I saw episode 7, like I said, most fans were very happy with episode 7. They were excited. There was respect and nods to the OG, because George has always wanted to do a sequel with the children of the original characters. That's something that he has spoken about many times in interviews about always wanting to do. And then we finally are getting these stories. And then JJ, I think it was JJ, who did that film, did really well. And then you have the second director who just took it a completely different direction.
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. And then then JJ comes back. And I felt like when I was watching episode 3, it was like JJ was trying to fix some of the stuff for movie 2 to make it make sense and connect somehow. Mm-hmm. They should have just had JJ do all 3 films. That it would have been a much more cohesive experience for the 3 films. But then it worked with Mandalorian season 1, where we had different directors, but it felt like one tone. So
yeah, there was still there was a North Star for that.
Right. And Jon Favreau was very, very involved throughout the whole process as well. We didn't, because the sequels were before Jon Favreau, but you technically didn't need that to a point. But the game really changed when Jon came on board, because then we got Grogu.
Yeah, and that's. But I feel, but it's still the Star Wars still helps lean heavily on the movies though. Like, is that like the be all end all? Like, if it's not great there,
it can't.
Houses are getting burned down.
It can't be, because most of these new fans are coming in because of the TV shows, Dion. They're not coming in because of the movies.
But it's usually not the newer fans who are having an uproar about things.
No, you're right. I understand where you're going with it, but
I don't think there were a lot of newer fans who uproared against Acolyte. I don't think there were newer fans who were like, this is a bad show. You know? I feel like it was.
Well, here's the thing with the Acolyte, because as Star Wars continues to expand, I am not sorry for saying this, and I will keep saying this. There are some stories you will have to do your homework, point blank, period, because this thing is growing. We're going into new stories. We're going into new territory. The timeline that we got at one of the celebrations before they kind of changed directory, we were going to go all the way back to the beginning of the Force, when the Force was just discovered, and how the Jedi come to be in terms of the Force. And then we were going to do this new film with Rey, where it's like a certain time jump where she's starting a brand new order and trading younglings. And
oh wait, we were supposed to get that?
Yeah, we were. There's a timeline that we were supposed to get of films.
Is there a world where we still get this?
So no. So what took us off that timeline too?
You know, I don't recall what took us off the timeline per se. I have to go back and check because it was very definitive. It could have been some decision making from the higher ups, which is why some fans are mad at Kathleen Kennedy. But then, you know, like with the Acolyte was, you know, the fans were like, well, we want something new. We don't want a story with Luke or Leia or anything. We want new stories, new characters, blah, 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 blah. I present to you the Acolyte. This thing sucks. It's like, okay, you all calm down. Because the Acolyte takes place in a time period after the High Republic book series. And the High Republic book series is so beloved by Star Wars fans. That thing has done so incredibly well. So when you see the show, there's actually a lot of references to the High Republic books that you're not going to know unless you read the books. Get over it. Homework. Do it.
But again, there's enough explained to Jen to be like, okay, I understand it. We can move on.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. But to get back to your original question, Star Wars, yes, for a long time has really relied on theatrical box office money. And we're kind of going back to that with the Mandalorian Grogu, because however this movie does, if it tanks, it's going to affect a lot of the decisions of what's going to come out. Unfortunately, I wish it weren't so, but that's why we are not getting anything really right now. And then if it does really well, it's also going to set the tone to what's also going to come out of the gate. And you have to remember, in the midst of all this, along with Kathleen Kennedy, we had Bob 1 exit, then Bob 2, Chapek, come in. Chapek does what he does, which a lot of people weren't happy with, where he was basically going, we have to put stuff out, which we have to put stuff out, which we got to
build Disney Plus.
Yeah, he did Disney Plus, and Disney Plus really did well, especially with The Mandalorian, literally out the gate. Which also affected a lot of the things Kathleen Kennedy want to do, because Kathleen Kennedy had to deal with that with Chapek. And then Bob Iger had to come back in and undo a lot of stuff that Chapek did and fix things, because a lot of people weren't happy with Chapek, including Bob Iger. So you have Bob 1 leaving, Bob 2 coming in, the Bob 1 coming back. That's a lot she has to deal with too, because Bob Chapek, Bob 2 versus Bob Iger, Bob 1, they have completely different ideas for how Disney should go, which also affects Star Wars, Marvel, and whatever else is under the umbrella. It has great effect on that.
And we can sort of see how that affected Marvel.
Yes, greatly.
Let's blame Disney Plus, man. Disney Plus was the reason.
Really?
It gave us some good stuff, right? But at the end of the day,
look at Andor. Look at Andor.
We're not blaming Disney Plus, though, man.
But at the end of the day, Disney was like, we need content for this. We need content for this. What properties are we on? Marvel, Star Wars. Let's build something to put there, because we got to sell this streaming service. Some hit, some didn't, whatever it might be. But could you realistically think that that was in Marvel's timeline, or even that Star Wars timeline of Disney Plus here? Now we got to create stuff for Disney Plus. It just feels like it was it just felt like, hey, we need something here. Let's put something.
But that was also the Chapek era during COVID as well. You have to remember, we went into COVID not long after that when we got Disney Plus.
We did
and people are at home. We
later.
couldn't go to the movies anymore. So where else are you gonna put it? You got to put it on the streaming service. So, but that also affected what happened to streaming and to movies. You know, we couldn't go to the movies anymore for a while. So it's like, well, we got to give people something. And then you also with projects that were still on the docket for being in production, the COVID restrictions affected that and the quality of how things were made. Because one of the definitive things we've talked about on the show is season 1 of the Rings of Power versus season 2. Season 1 of Power Rings were filmed with COVID restrictions, where season 2 wasn't. And they were like, you wanted a show? We're giving you a show. So you can see that difference in the tonality because of that era we were in for a while. So you also have that, and where you have the Bob too going, we need stuff quick, where the writing gets sacrificed. Hence, we had the writer strike, then the actor strike.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of like speed bumps within
along the way.
All of this, but I mean, we'll see. It seems like Filoni has some really good backing or vote of confidence, I guess.
A lot of fans like what he has given us. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did he work on Rebels and all the stuff? Did he work on that too?
Yeah, he's worked on Clone Wars. He's worked on
Clone Wars. That's right.
That's his stuff. And then for fans who don't know, before he came to do all of that, he actually did OG Avatar: The Last Airbender for Nickelodeon. That's Dave. Yeah.
So I feel like, I mean, it's in good hands. Again, if they talked about this being a transition succession sort of thing, here we go. We'll see what Star Wars looks like in the future. Now, and I mean, Lucasfilms, like, did we get another Indiana Jones somewhere? I don't know. I think we're done with that. Yeah. Unfortunately,
don't be surprised if we get another.
Well, and Doc, that last was it the last one, the one before that? We were under COVID restrictions for that one too.
I think so.
When he was de-aged, was that the most? You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest.
COVID
and watched them.
Yes,
and watched. I hadn't watched them.
None of them since the alien one, the skulls,
the crystal skull. Yeah,
yeah. With what's his name?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
But it could have worked. It was okay. It was a good. If that would have been the last one, that's okay. But nothing was ever beating Raiders. Nothing was ever beating the original trilogy, right? Like nothing was gonna beat that. We know that. But Harrison Ford with a swan song sort of thing, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
And they had plans. The idea was, or the rumor was, and we'll move last one because we ran long today. We won't be here until next Wednesday. So hey, take it in stride. But the thing about Indiana Jones, the Crystal Skull, he was supposed to give the hat
to his son.
Shia was supposed to take that.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. Yeah.
This man stiff armed him at the wedding, essentially. Like, nah, young
buck.
Nah, boom.
Hey, until he's 90. You know what I'm saying?
90. Whoever came up with that line in Deadpool, thank you.
I'm sure it's Ryan Reynolds. I'm sure that's who it was.
But in case it wasn't for whatever reason, which would be very surprising, I'm still going to say thank you.
But yeah, we'll see what we'll. Now I'm just thinking about it. But we'll see what goes on with Lucasfilms. Again, a lot of good properties under that umbrella. A lot of good characters, a lot of great characters under that umbrella.
Excuse me.
But last thing for the mic drop, we'll keep it quick. For the low price of $3,000, $3 million, $3 million, $3
million price tag.
For the low price of $3 million, you and 9 other people,
yes,
with $3 million of their own, could all
operate
a Batmobile
all day.
Now let me say this: they're not street legal, but
at all.
I'd be willing to pay that
ticket. Really think a guy can move that thing over? Be like, excuse me, your car is not legal. Like, is that the Batmobile?
You just gonna see the roofs all the way to my house just demolished. And be jumping bridges, man. Like I ain't here for this.
I have a question though, since they're selling these. How are you supposed to get this thing to a mechanic for an oil change?
Well, that's the thing. Like the thing,
you gotta have your own mechanic.
So just like the trailer alone has to be like military grade or military, like sized, to move it. But I started thinking, like, what could I sort of, do with, like, again, if I got $3 million, forget a ticket, man. I'm taking
it on the highway.
Here you go, man. But Warner Brothers is apparently selling 10 of these.
Yep.
They're working, driving tumblers. It's not street legal. We know this.
But you will see one on the street. I guarantee you.
You're going to see one on the street and not a single cop is going to pull it over.
This is what I was telling Emily earlier when I read this story. I was like, the cops are going to pull me over and be like, man, I just follow you home, man.
Yeah.
I just, come on, man.
I got to know where you live.
Here's the thing.
Come on.
What do you do for a living?
I'm like this, and that hood go up, and I'm like, officer. He's going to immediately be like, man, I got you, man.
He can't even be mad at you, bro. Like,
I gotta be able to
follow
take
you
down
home,
the street
sir.
or on the highway.
You know what I would do if I got pulled over in this thing? And I say, officer, I'm gonna pull that game and I see be like, you want some donuts?
Like,
I'm gonna be like, hey man, your partner, tell him to drive the car back, hop on in. Like, it's gotta be a 2-seater.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, hey, you get my right side. Like, you let me, because those sight lines are terrible in this thing.
You can't even.
Well, here's the thing. You don't really know that, but considering the fact of how genius Bruce is, I'm pretty sure there's cameras all around that joint.
But no, I'm saying now, since you got 10 of them to purchase.
Really
okay, yeah, the ones that's for purchase. I'm sorry, I was in the world.
Yeah.
You really think the prop department?
For $1 million, $3 million for a Batmobile, man. If I got that kind of money, I'm building my own track.
Man, that's a street jet.
I'm building my own jet. I'm building my own Gotham City, man. I'm dry that sucker all I want.
It's like you go to Dion's house and it's just what you would.
Great question, Turtle. Is the motorcycle attached? That's great.
It is not. The motorcycle was apparently
attached.
Apparently the motorcycle is different, but a different part of it, because nothing else inside. Obviously the don't work, and everything else don't work. But there are like working devices within it. So there's no traps, there's no other stuff to throw out. But it is like a working car. But I read an article pretty recently, where they said like it was a nightmare to drive that bike. Like stunt doubles had to train months to be able to drive that bike. Yeah. Now I want to see footage of them practicing to drive that bike. That bike looked dope. Yeah, that's like that huge front wheel, and however they were turning that thing, it looked cumbersome. But for $3,000, so I came up with a list real quick of like where I could use it. I was like, man, I could do parades. Like, I'll take it out for that.
Yeah, I
could take it to the children's hospital. I could get it out for that. What else did I come up with? Just reasons to take it out.
You can take it to a football game
or a car show. There, unless they make me like put on a trailer and take it to a car show. Then we got a problem.
You can take it to the beach.
But I'm just.
You both froze and looked at me like.
Yep, that for sure.
Imagine drop top down on the coast.
Yes, exactly. Come on, baby, we gonna ride in the Batmobile.
Playing the Batman theme at the same time.
Come on, dog.
But no, it's.
Oh no, you actually play the song "You See Me Rolling." That's what you play.
We're in a world now where there's 10 of these out there, and you can buy one for the low price of $3 million.
The low price of $3 million. I like how you saying that.
Hey, Doc. Hey, it's never been lower.
Right.
You know what? You know, if I had this, you know what song I would play? I would play Low Rider.
Hey, there it is.
Man.
I would play Low Rider. Da, 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 da,
Jen, nah, man.
da,
Jen.
da, da, da.
Jen, I'm playing every Batman theme song ever made.
Oh, you know what you could do to piss off people? You could play the Superman theme in the Batmobile.
But no, hey man, we're in an era now where 10 of them are working. Warner Brothers trying to get them off or sell them out, and we'll see what happens. But like I said, I could do parades, man. I could go visit some kids in the hospital. What else I could do, man? I mean, that's about it that they would let me take it on the road, probably. How wide is that thing, man?
I wonder how much is it for a tire change?
Right? What kind of tires do you get?
Well, that's one of the biggest costs. That's one of the most expensive features is the wheels. Because
what kind of tires do you get, man? How do you even do the tire rotation on this thing?
Yeah, especially with them being different sizes and everything. Boy. Do they give you a spare?
That's a great question.
It's like, wait, if I'm going to pay $3 million, are you giving me a spare? And which spare of the tires are you getting? Because you get two. Like, do you get like two different spares?
No, hey, who knows what else is in the back of that trunk? But I thought this was dope because I think all of us can imagine, and it might be a really good idea for a show too, like TV cars or movie cars. Oh yeah, like a great list.
Yes.
A great all time sort of list of movie cars and TV shows. Chump
Turtle Rich. Hey, Turtle Rich, baby. Chump change, baby. Let's get it.
I think that'd be a cool concept to sort of come up with because there's been so many iconic cars.
Oh my goodness, yes.
DeLorean.
Even just any Batmobile over the years.
Yeah, any Batmobile. Except
and Blades.
There's two bad ones, Jen. There's two bad Batmobiles. There's two
Which
bad
one? Hold on. Which one do you think is bad, dear? Which two do you think are bad?
The Clooney, for sure.
You didn't like that one?
That big fin at the top.
You ain't like that?
End of it going.
It was ugly. I ain't gonna lie, it was ugly.
It was like a one-seater. It was like a toy.
Yeah, it was ugly.
And Kilmer's wasn't that great either.
Whose?
Val Kilmer's wasn't that great.
You didn't like his either?
I didn't like it. I didn't like those two. Those were two bad ones for me.
I don't remember what that one was.
My favorite is the animated series Batmobile. That's my favorite Batmobile.
You imagine turning that Batmobile, man.
It's like a limousine. That's how I look at it.
That's like longer, about a half a block long, man.
Oh my goodness!
There's so many. Like obviously, the Adam West one was great. The first Michael Keaton is on my all-time.
Oh, 1 million
favorite one.
%.
I love. Obviously, the Tumbler is a good one. I even dug Year One Batman in the Charger. The Challenger, whatever you had.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
So those were dope. What else have we got? The animated ones. I mean, yeah, that took a long, man. But from a Batmobiles list, that Michael Keaton Batman,
you like that?
Is always one. That's always going to be number one. That's the reason I got a Camaro, man. Like I was like, that's the closest I'm ever going to get
to the Batmobile.
So
you could have got a Corvette. That would have been kind of close too.
Well, that's too low, man. I mean, it didn't look like it looked too sleek. I needed something that still looked like I could run through a wall.
I feel you.
Yeah, I pulled up the Val Kilmer Batmobile. I forgot about that fin on the top.
Yeah, and then Clooney had the fin, and it was a lot. It had like a skeleton sort of texture too, where you can see inside to the engine.
Well, no, but looking at this one, this thing is really low.
Oh, they all
were low. They all low.
No, I know that, but like I think this one is the lowest one.
Which one? Oh, the
Kilmer's.
Oh man, I don't
like that thing is like almost touching the ground.
Keaton's was pretty much a low rider. Like his was about, it was, if you look at the front of Keaton's car, like
I'm gonna pull that up right now.
It's nearly to the ground. Let me see. That Batmobile, I turn off my headlights and just put on my lights at the bottom just because I know.
You know, the Batmobile that Clooney had and the one that Kilmer had, those were the more comic-y, more cartoonish Batmans that we really didn't appreciate in the first place.
No, and then on top of that, you change a car that probably didn't need to be changed too.
Yeah, that's it.
Him and Batman Returns riding through the snow, man, looking at Penguin in the house. I was like, oh, that's exactly how I'd want to drive this thing, man. Oh. Just low riding, sliding through Gotham. Come on, man. Come on. But that's been my Fandom Mic Drop for this week. $3 million. Next time you see us, we'll pool our money together and we're gonna have us a Batmobile.
That's gonna be the official all-star fandom car.
Yeah, boy, we would.
No Batmobile.
That's it. Hey, Doc, we can take it to Dragon Con, man. For sure.
We can take it up to New York Comic Con and come visit me.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't imagine driving like downtown in Atlanta in that daggum thing, man.
Turtle, I think he did, because didn't
you know what? I didn't mind Ben Affleck's Batmobile either.
No, I didn't mind his.
What is the movie Suicide Squad?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see that the Batmobile in there, right?
You see it there.
We saw a piece of it.
You see it there, BVS, and you see a new version and Justice League. You see it in all three times that we saw him. But it's pretty dope. It was a bit of a version of like a low Batmobile and the Tumbler combined. That's what it felt like. Because it still looked low and sort of kind of like the old Batmobiles, but then like a tank too, like the Tumbler.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. This one's dope.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had it's not a bad list.
No
cars, but we're gonna definitely do like a classic movie TV car thing. So that's gonna be.
Gotta do that.
That's gonna be a dope one. But I think we've been over here over 2 hours, y'all. So there's a lot of stuff to get through today. There's a lot of stuff to get through. Like I said, we're not here again until next Wednesday, so take it in stride. Anything else for the greater good or for the good of the group?
One thing we didn't cover in major casting news, Cate Blanchett is coming back to revive her role in How to Train Your Dragon 2. So that's the second actor for that franchise that's going to be coming back alongside Gerard Butler. So that's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have all of that to look forward to this year and next year. So, again, I'm Dion. That's Jen. That's Doc. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do all the social media stuff. We're growing and we're expanding. And we're going to have some other videos that we're going to come out with throughout the week on top of just our weekly show that we run down a few of the things. Let us know what you like. Comment below. Let us know what you want us to sort of talk about coming on. Coming around the bin for next week or the weeks after. So until next time, until next week.
Yes.
We'll see you then. Peace.
Peace.